fully fledged European Union election observation mission to observe the upcoming general and regional elections. The mission is led by what we call a chief observer, and chief observer of this mission is Mr. Urmas Paet. It's a member of the European Parliament from Estonia. He will be arriving in Georgetown tonight, and he will officially launch the observation mission during the opening press conference, our mission's work. When I said that the EU is deploying a fully fledged observation mission, it means that there will be a core team of analysts based here in Georgetown. We will have a long-term observers who will be deployed for 6 weeks across the country. And shortly before election day, we will have also short-term observers who will be deployed before, during, and after election day. Today, we are deploying 14 long-term observers across the country. They'll be working in teams of 2, so it means the mission will have 7 LTO teams. All 14 LTO long-term observers are very experienced. They come from 13 different EU member states and Norway. In the last 3 days, they received an extensive training about the electoral, political, legal, media, security, and logistics aspects of their work in the field. We are the core team of 9 experts. We have the 14 long-term observers, and we'll have 20 short-term observers. And we might be also joined by some diplomats who are accredited to the diplomatic missions to Guyana, and they might observe in their capacity as a locally recruited short-term observers.
When your observers go today, what exactly?
Well, our observers, we call them, in our election observation terminology, we call them eyes and ears of the mission. So I think it's quite self-explanatory what they are doing. So they are deployed to the field, and they are meeting with a variety of interlocutors. They are periodically reporting to the core team here in Georgetown, and based on their observation and their regular reporting, we will be able to make an informed assessment of the electoral process in Guyana.
Would you be visiting possible locations for polling stations? Would you be examining the lists, the official list of electors that have been posted around, that sort of thing?
Yes, exactly. That will be also part of our work. We'll be observing both electoral preparations and also the campaign in all 10 regions. That includes also what you mentioned, the display and the information provided to the voters about the official list of electors.
I didn't get an answer to my question. What informed your decision to deploy observers in all 10 regions? Is there a particular reason you decided to go to all 10 regions?
The EU we're observing based on the methodology, and one of the principles of the methodology is the long-term and nationwide coverage. So the nationwide coverage means that as much as possible we try to observe all over the country, whatever the country is. So in Guyana, which has 10 regions, therefore we are deploying observers to cover all 10 regions. The EU we're observing based on the methodology, and one of the principles of the methodology is the long-term and nationwide coverage. So the nationwide coverage means that as much as possible we try to observe all over the country, whatever the country is. So in Guyana, which has 10 regions, therefore we are deploying observers to cover all 10 regions. In the field.
Our established methodology is that we have several teams of observers covering the whole country, and then we have our team of experts, the core team in the capital, which is compiling all the information that we provide for them on a weekly basis. Between others, we will be having meetings with the election administration, we will be having meetings with election stakeholders, being political parties, civil society organizations, religious authorities, traditional authorities, and during these 30 days that will be deployed in the field, we'll try to have a global image of the preparations of the actual election day and the post-electoral developments that will be observed in the country.
First of all, we are observers, so we are not reporting to GCOM. We are reporting internally within the mission, and we will make our findings in due course presented to the public, so we don't report to the GCOM.
When it comes to standards for credible elections, what would be your expectations in launching this mission from the parties involved and so on?
I mean, we always come to the country to observe the elections. We don't have any preconceptions, so we don't assess the situation before we arrive in the country. We are here to assess the situation now. So at this point, obviously, we cannot comment on what is our conclusion on the state of play in Guyana.